Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Krishna Rukmini, Jaya Satyabhama, Krishna Rukmini, Jaya Satyabhama. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya. Jayam Vishwapad Pramam Saparivajakacharya Ashtottara Satish Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON Beauty Found Acharya Save the whole world Jagat Guru Prabhupada ki jai. The Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Srimad-Bhagavad-Gita ki jai. Rukmini Satyamama ki jai. Shri Shri Sai Guru ki jai. Harinam Sankirtan Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad-Bhagavad-Gita, Chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge, text number 41. Yoga Sanyasta Karmanam Jnana Sanchinna Samshayam Atmavantam Na Karmani Nibandhanti Dhananjaya. What for meaning? Yoga, devotional service and Karma Yoga. Sanyasta, renounced. Karmanam, of the performers. Jnana, knowledge. Sanchinna, cut by the advancement of knowledge. samshayam, doubts, atmavantam, situated in the self, na, never, karmani, work, ibadnanti, to bind up, dhananjaya, O conqueror of riches. Translation purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada. Translation. Therefore, one who has renounced the fruits of his action, whose doubts are destroyed by transcendental knowledge, and who is situated firmly in the self, is not bound by works, O conqueror of riches. Please repeat the translation. Therefore, one who has renounced the fruits of his action, whose doubts are destroyed by transcendental knowledge, and who is situated firmly in the self, is not bound by works, O conqueror of riches. Perfect. One who follows the instruction of the Gita as it is imparted by the Lord, the personality of Godhead himself, becomes free from all doubts by the grace of transcendental knowledge. He, as a part and parcel of the Lord in full Krishna consciousness, is already established in self-knowledge. As such, he is undoubtedly above bondage to action. Padaya Krishnaye Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamine Namaste Saraswate Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Devtarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhupada Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this chapter is called Transcendental Knowledge. This knowledge given by Lord Krishna, and he is speaking about the process of devotional service by which one becomes free from all the bondage of works. So this is very important to understand. In this previous few verses, Krishna is describing about the various persons who offer different kinds of sacrifices. There are different types of people who offer different types of sacrifices to purify their selves. But the most important purpose of sacrifice, Krishna is saying that the purpose of sacrifice is to acquire transcendental knowledge. So unless one comes to the point of transcendental knowledge, his sacrifice is not complete. And how we can achieve the transcendental knowledge? So Krishna says that we have to approach a bona fide spiritual master. To learn the truth, we have to inquire from a bona fide spiritual master. And how to approach a bona fide spiritual master? We have to submissively inquire from him and render service unto him. And by pleasing him in service and asking relevant questions, relevant inquiry, we can satisfy the spiritual master and we can learn about the absolute truth. And then Krishna is talking about what is that transcendental knowledge? What is the knowledge you receive from the spiritual master? So Krishna says that the transcendental knowledge is that all living beings are part of me and they are in me and are mine. So this is the real transcendental knowledge which Krishna is describing, that ultimately we have to come to the real knowledge of who we are. what is our real identity. I am actually not this body, not this material body, but I am a spirit soul, and I am a part and parcel of Krishna. So Krishna says that when a person understands this truth, that uh, he is part and parcel of me. So when one understands that he is part and parcel of me, he realizes what is his position, what is his self-identity. This transcendental knowledge will free him from all the reactions to material activities. Because we are in this material world and we are identifying with this material body, thinking we are this body, we are engaged in activities for the benefit of the body. So throughout our life, we are trying to satisfy the body, the bodily demands, and thinking that I will be happy if I satisfy my body. So throughout our life, we are endeavoring to make our position comfortable. We are working very hard to make our material condition more comfortable. We want a good home, beautiful home, big home, or a big car. We want a nice bank balance. For what purpose? I was thinking that I will be happy. If I have acquired all these possessions, I will become happy. But real happiness, how I can achieve real happiness, is not by acquiring material possessions and satisfying the material senses. That will not satisfy me, because actually I am not this body. I am actually a spirit, soul. And the satisfaction of the soul is met not by satisfying the body or the bodily senses. So when I realize what is my real solution for real satisfaction, that actually I am a part and parcel of Krishna. So as a part and parcel of Krishna, what is my real position? What is my actual constitutional position? What am I meant for? What is my real activity? What my real activity should be? So when I realize that truth, I will become completely satisfied, completely happy. And when this can be possible is when I actually get real transcendental knowledge. So this is what Krishna is explaining in this chapter. So so for so we when a person acquires this transcendental knowledge, he becomes free from all fruitive mentality. Fruitive mentality means to enjoy the result of one's work. That is called fruitive mentality. So everyone is working in this material world with a fruitive mentality. I want to enjoy the result of my work. So as long as we try to work with a fruitive mind, my reactions of work will continue in this world. The reactions of my karma will continue in this world. And I can never become free from bondage. So what is binding me in this material world? This mentality to enjoy the result of my work. That is what is actually binding me in this material world. But I want to taste the real freedom. I want to taste the real happiness. That how I can get. So we have to dovetail all our activities in transcendental activities or in the devotional service of Krishna. When we engage all our activities in the service of Krishna, we become free from the reactions of our work. We become free from this material bondage. So the purpose of sacrifice is actually to please Vishnu. We have to perform sacrifice, but sacrifice for what? Sacrifice is for pleasing Vishnu. Why only Vishnu? Why not any other personality? There are so many personalities in this material world or this material creation. Why only Vishnu? Vishnu is only one who can give us liberation from this material bondage. So, as long as I have this material body, I have to continue in this material world with suffering, with unlimited sufferings. So we have to become free from all types of karma, either good or bad. Good karma will give you good reactions. Bad karma will give you bad reactions. But we have to become free from all reactions, good or bad. So how is that possible? Not only by doing pious activities. Pious activities will give me a better life, a better life in the next birth, to enjoy more material benefit, material enjoyment. But that will not make me free from all types of suffering. This material world, no one is free from suffering. No one is free from distress. No one is free from the 4 types of sufferings: birth, old age, disease, and death. So, simply improving our material condition will not change our real position. So, just like Prabhupada says, in a prison house, either you are in the first class prison house or a second class prison house or a third class prison house. The suffering is there for everyone. So just to making the prison house life comfortable is not the solution. We have to get out of the prison house. That will make me really happy. So we are now actually in a prison house. This material body is actually a prison. And how I can get out of this material prison? When I engage all my activities in the service of Krishna. Because actually my real position, my constitutional position, is to render service to Krishna. Jivera Swarup hai Nitera Krishna Das. The living entity is actually meant to serve Krishna. But because he desired, oh, why should I serve Krishna? Why should I not become Krishna? Why I want to enjoy like Krishna? Because Krishna is the enjoyer, is the only enjoyer. Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhu revacha. Krishna only is the enjoyer of all sacrifices. So, if I desire, let me also become like Krishna. Let me also become enjoyer. So, we cannot actually change our constitutional position. Our constitutional position means that which cannot change. Just like sugar will always remain sweet. Sugar can never become salty. Right? So, what is our position? Our actual position is I am an eternal servant of Krishna. And that can never change. I can never become Krishna. A servant, constitutionally I am a servant, I will remain a servant. So if I act in my constitutional position only, I can become happy. So we have to realize in this life that I am not this body, I am actually part and parcel of God. My only duty is to serve God. So I have to engage all my senses in the service of God. So I can become free from all the reactions of my work when I engage in the service of Krishna. So this way we can become free from all reactions of good and bad work. When we take up devotional service, when we engage in the bhakti yoga by Shravanam, Kirtanam, by chanting the holy names of Krishna, by hearing about Krishna, we become purified of all the material desires, material hankerings, lust, greed, envy, jealousy, all these things we become free from. So it actually purifies the soul. This chanting of Hare Krishna mantra, it is a very, very easy process for purifying the soul of all contaminations. From many, many janmas I have come to this world. I am repeatedly taking birth, life after life, because of my material desires. As long as I have material desires, I will continue to take birth, life after life. So we cannot kill desires. We can only transform the desires. So instead of desiring for my enjoyment, I will desire for the enjoyment of Krishna. So we have to only transform our desires to satisfy Krishna. So all our activities, we should see that Krishna is satisfied. Because Krishna is the only enjoyer. And Krishna says in Bhagavad-Gita, we have to sacrifice everything for Vishnu. Yagnarthat karmano anyatra lokayam karma bandhana. Unless we perform activities which please Vishnu, we are in the material bondage. So, all our activities we should dovetail in Krishna consciousness. And simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna, especially in Kali Yuga, we can achieve full perfection. Just chant every day Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Minimum 108 times. Chant loudly and hear attentively. Just by chanting this mantra, you will see a change in your heart, change in your consciousness. So the soul It's a hankering for the happiness. So when he connects with God, when he connects with Krishna, when he engages in service of Krishna, then he becomes satisfied. So please chant this Hare Krishna mantra every day, minimum 108 times. It's a very easy process in this Kali Yuga. And the scriptures say there is no other way in the Kali Yuga. Simply we have to chant the holy name of Krishna every day. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Repeat it minimum 108 times. What happens by chanting is our consciousness will become purified. Day by day when we chant, our consciousness will change from material to spiritual. So I think time is up. We will stop here. Srimad-Bhagavad-Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.